listening to a podcast recently made me realize some of the unusual words in the dialect where I grew up in southern Indiana. Words that I found were pretty typical both there in southern Indiana and even into Illinois, as I lived in the southern part of the state there for a time. So some of the words that I grew up around, in fact, one of the words that was really inculcated into my brain that I even took to college with me was the word warsh. Now, the folks in this podcast couldn't believe anybody would actually say warsh. Why would they say warsh? But I so thought that the word was warsh that I was kind of disturbed when I found out it wasn't spelled with an R in it. And I thought, wait, but it's warsh. I mean, we even said Washington, D.C. In fact, there are people still today who say get a washcloth, go to the state of Washington. And I remember in college when that word was made fun out of me, and I started saying wash, and it's been that way ever since. Another word that was pretty common was the word runt. Instead of saying ruin, something was runt. Or if you want to shorten it down even more, runt. Right? And here's a weird one, spect. You spect we ought to do that? You spect? Here's one I heard more in the southern Illinois area, but you from time to time would hear it in southern Indiana. Whooshed. Like, I wished we could go out to the store. Or I wished I could do this. It's not I wish I could do it. I wished I could do it. Reckon is one. That's one that I grew up around in my family. Reckon is a good all-purpose word that can mean anything. It can mean yes or no. You want to do it? Well, I reckon. Reckon not. It depends. And you guys, I think, was pretty much the way. Some people say yuns. I think yuns was something that I would hear from parts of my family. Yuns. How about you? How do you talk? What's your dialect? I want to give you a blessing today that you will be a person of the word, that your dialect will be the good news of Jesus. May that blessing be yours and in turn bless many, and may it be so in the name of Jesus.